Thrifting ain't easy, unless you're watching me. Welcome back. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. And throughout this week, from the Hoboken Waterfront Walkway, we're taking a good gander at what goes down beneath that deep, deep water. Many of us have fantasized about an adventure beside the high seas. And if you're one of them, then let down your hair. But try not to get it wet as you climb aboard the Disney Wish. This is one of several cruise ships on the Disney Cruise Line. And how did this wish come about? Well, something of this might and magnitude doesn't come by way of waving a magic wand. Or maybe it does. In that case, it will require a hammer as your magic wand. Make that hundreds of hammers, thousands of people, and millions of tons of steel and wood and other types of materials all coming together to be crafted into something as luxurious and as magical as the Disney Wish cruise ship. This is Making a Disney Wish, behind the dreams of Disney's newest ship. This book by Disney Editions was written by David J. Fisher, who serves as managing story editor at the Walt Disney Imagineering Story Development Studio, with a foreword by President of Disney Signature Experiences, Thomas Masloom. This was purchased for $2.99 from Red Valley Blue Thrift Store in Patterson. And yes, if you're keeping track, it stands as our third consecutive $2.99 review. Yet it retails here in the U.S. for $29.99. That is if you can see it. I'm having a hard time looking at the viewfinder as is because of all the sun. Being that this is definitely a photo-based book, really half photo-based, half storytelling-based, it'd be fitting to highlight some of the photos in here. But first and foremost, the GA, General Arrangement, as you see here, being used to design the layout of the Disney Wish. Essentially, a finely detailed map indicating the location of every conceivable space on the ship for dining, shopping, recreation, entertainment, health, the works. Among a couple of dozen individuals from Walt Disney Imagineering and Disney Cruise Lines being interviewed for the book, two signature inspirations in the Disney Princess line also have their say: Cinderella and Rapunzel. Rapunzel, by the way, being the first Disney princess to grace the front of any Disney cruise ship. Disney Cruise Lines actually getting their start back in the 90s, when Walt Disney World used to tack on a free vacation to cruises going towards the Bahamas. Anyway, here, echoing headquarters, the control center inside Riley's mind in the Pixar Animation Studios Oscar-winning film Inside Out, this joyful, sweet place emphasizes the sweetest side of the hockey-loving 11-year-old Riley by way of this dessert shop, featuring her 5 emotions: joy, sadness, anger, fear, disgust. Which leads me to tell you there's plenty of Disney magic going on here. From your classic Disney princesses and of course the Lion King, Winnie the Pooh, we also have many Disney Pixar characters and even some Marvel and Star Wars stuff going on. This actually was done during the height of the pandemic. So as such, you'll get to see how thousands of Disney workers came together virtually to set about creating plans, drafting plans, sending them over to the overseas workers who had to stay 6 feet apart, while these guys worked from home to continue the project. This is the Grand Hall, the atrium of the Disney Wish. A hall so grand that's exactly what they named it. This is the central hub of activity in the cruise ship. Plenty of space for mulling around, getting to your next place, plus a stage right here for performances from your favorite Disney characters. There's even a balcony and a chandelier right here inspired by the film Cinderella. What to expect when you're exploring? Well, maybe some classy sex appeal by way of nightingales. A piano bar off the Grand Hall that by day is part of the Grand Hall, but at night becomes an intimate, more adult-focused environment. If only this could sound intimate, because right now, Mother Nature and all of her wind, and all of the seagulls, and the cascading water, and the 10 children that are walking on by taking a little field trip, not all that intimate. Oh well, but you get the picture, right? Plenty of pictures in here, which is how this review is going to be based on. Moving on to a fitness room and a couple of screening areas where you can get your health on and, of course, your Disney magic on the silver screen. Pretty cool. Wonderland Cinema, Neverland Cinema, and Senses Fitness. You can exercise and take in a couple of Disney shows and movies. Pretty neat. We have here the 1923 restaurant. Named for the year the Walt Disney Company was founded, 1923 embodies the spirit and atmosphere of the Walt Disney Studios in an elegant, sophisticated setting. Amid drawings, storyboards, backgrounds, cells, maquettes, and propping that celebrate a century of Disney animation. Really? A century of wonder. Why did they call it a century of magic? I have no idea. I guess they wanted to really stand out. If you really want to take in a show, this is the Walt Disney Theater. The aptly named theater offers a wide variety of Disney performances. The Walt Disney Theater finds its design inspiration in the fantastical forge worlds of the Disney animated classic Fantasia, especially the Nutcracker Suite and Pastoral Symphony sequences. It's home to Broadway caliber productions and Wilson Picture premieres. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Aqua Mouse. Yes, it's the Aqua Mouse Ultimate Water Slide with a visual twist. The first ever Disney attraction at sea propels guests through 760 exhilarating feet of snaky tubes with breathtaking views of the sea. Riders are immersed in a cartoon world starring Mickey and Minnie Mouse. What were you expecting on any Disney cruise ship? Finally, you can wish upon a star and save the universe with this Disney Uncharted Adventure game. Yes, a multiplayer, multi-day role-playing game on board the cruise ship using mobile devices and immersive sim technology to put guests in the center of all the action. Man, with a game like this and design such as this graphical rendering, I'm pretty sure guests would never want to leave. Alas, all good things have got to come to an end. As you can hear the helicopter coming in. They're closing in! They're closing in on us! Oh man, our cruise is bunked. In any event, hopefully that's not the case for you. In addition to learning all about the amenities with regard to dining and recreation and entertaining and health and shopping, the works, you'll also get a glimpse into how the ship was constructed for easy navigation, stability, security, visual appeal, that being offered up in spades, and all the rest that it takes to build a ship of this magnitude. Smooth sailing ahead as this ends. Man, it's hard to do this clapping waiting with the tripod so low, but you get the drift. The full-on 5 out of 5 claps. If a dream is a wish your heart makes, then in this case, your heart belongs to the sea. Just don't go getting all seasick, otherwise you might be burying your heart in the worst way. With that in mind, here's what's on deck for Thursday. Not even Steve Irwin, if he was alive today, would want anything to do with this crocker. You get the drift. Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.